On this week's episode, we talk about a complete unknown.
And other pop culture news from the week. We saw the Bob Dylan biopic, A Complete Unknown, starring Timothee Chalamet.
Is it a biopic when it's just like a portion of their life?
Snapshot, yeah. Fair enough.
Well, I guess, yeah. It's some of his trajectory.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's true. Well, yeah, it's about Bob Dylan. It's largely based on a book called...
Robert Zimmerman.
Right.
Is that a Jewish name?
Very. He comes... His parents... Well, it's not a very Jewish name, but his parents were both...
So Holocaust
they fled... Not Holocaust, before the Holocaust. They fled Lithuania and Poland during pogroms.
Okay.
And
so that's why there's
like
a scene in the movie that the girl's like, Zimmerman. I guess that it was that why, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is, I just don't understand. I mean, racism of any kind, but when they're like, oh, he's a Jew.
But it's Hollywood. This is the movies. They like extrapolate to make a point, you know. Maybe.
I guess so.
Yeah. Not everybody would say, "Oh, he's a Jew." Oh, he's black. Oh, it's a yeah. No, even racist. Not that I know many or any. I don't think they would like. Oh, you know, they would like keep it to themselves. I don't know. Anyways, moving on.
Yeah, fair enough. Anyway, yeah. So Robert Zimmerman changed his name to Bob Dylan. Oh yeah. So this is based on a book. Called Dylan Goes Electric, and it's kind of it captures the moment, or tells the like when Bob Dylan got to New York, making his way into the folk music scene, and then his transition into rock and roll and the furor that erupted around that. His relationship with Pete Seeger, a little bit of Woody Guthrie, Joan Baez, and basically his like rise to fame and fortune.
Johnny Cash.
Yeah, Johnny Cash made an appearance, and from what reading and I did, there's a great article in Variety that kind of goes through the, you know, the fact versus fiction of the film. For the most part, it's pretty accurate. There is a rumor that Bob Dylan made up a scene that he asked to be included in the movie, but no one will say what scene it was.
Interesting.
So there's rumor has it there's something that's totally fictitious in here, but nobody knows what it is.
It is a movie, so
it is a movie. Yeah. So
what's real is not real.
Right. So timelines and characters are condensed, events are condensed, as often happens with films based on true stories. But for the most part, Bob Dylan experts, Bob Dylan's like friends, associates, all saw the movie and say it's like even the stuff that they changed or that was like fictional basically gets the gist of it, right?
Okay.
And probably the most egregious departure from reality was like how quickly and how easily he got into the folk music scene in New York.
Was it quick? It was like they show like a
years within gap. I mean, kind of,
61.
but within like a few hours, he was besties with like Pete Seeger, Woody Guthrie.
Well, Woody was like barely alive.
Okay, sure, but like he's like the father of American.
Yeah,
folk
but
music,
but I'm saying to make friends with someone that is very alive is, you know, it's like, hey.
But it's like within like he shows up in New York City and then like the same day he's like made all these like important friends and connections. When actually it took some time, and also people didn't like him very much at first. Like one of his first shows, one person clapped as he left the stage. So it took some time before he was accepted, because even before he went electric, he was still bringing something very different. And people weren't totally sure.
Yeah, well, that was.
They liked it.
That was the whole. I mean, the movie kind of finds smart solutions to avoid some of these things. Like when we first see him playing, is not really his first show.
True.
They make it sound like he did that before.
That's right.
When Peter Seeger bring him to sing at I forgot the name of the place.
Gaslight?
No.
No, it was a different one.
No, I think it was a.
Because there's one called Gaslight. He plays that a lot. But yeah, you're right.
But when he brings him up to the inner circle of folk, Joan Baez just sings before him, and then he brings him as a new guy. He's a new guy there, but it makes it sound like it's not like his first time singing.
Right.
But yeah, they might stretch time and space in ways to tell the story. They go to this place called Newport all the time, which was like, I had no idea where it was until like halfway through the movie when they say it's Newport, Rhode Island, because it's a classic folk festival of sorts. And I was never a big fan. I'm not a big fan of Bob Dylan. Of course, I know some songs because he's a big artist. He's a talented lyric writer, which grant him a Nobel of literature. But I thought the movie was good. I thought Chalamet.
Yes. Shyamalan.
Timothee Chalamet was good.
Yeah.
I thought the rest of the cast was very good too. The story, I'm not sure if it's again, it's not like when you see some of the biopics about artists, singers, especially, you see the sort of the journey of the hero, the underdog, coming from nothing and getting up there. And as you said, if not fast, it felt like it was like way too easy. He goes to New York.
Yeah, exactly.
And New York, I don't know if it was like that, but and it was a little bit. I actually know. There was like artists in the village, and like this bar. There was like people playing. This bar, there was people playing, hippies and all that. So he get to a place. He asks, "Where's this guy?" He actually didn't ask, "Where's this guy?" He knows where the guy is because it's in the newspaper. And it's a hospital. He goes there. He meets the guy. The guy's like each other, and he bring him home, and from that it goes on and on and on. It's he's a complete unknown. We don't know anything about his past, and they never touched that. I wonder if it was, I don't know, a demand of I guess it was based on the
maybe
book.
that's just not the story he wanted to tell.
Maybe it's just how it was in the book. Maybe because the book goes electric, so we would assume it started from when he wasn't, which not necessarily when he was a kid. But anyways,
Right.
So overall was okay. The music, again, I was never a big fan. That didn't change me. And yeah, what else? It was well photographed. It's interesting that they picked this very effeminate looking actor. Is it feminine looking actor? Yeah. Because there's another Bob Dylan movie that the person who plays him is Kate Blanchett. So it's
That's a choice.
This is pre-established that the guy has feminine looking traits, or people with feminine looking traits can portray him. But besides that, I thought he was okay. The voice, the accent didn't bother me. I thought it was okay.
No, he did. All the singers did a great job.
Yeah.
I was especially impressed with the actress playing Joan Baez.
They
because
do their own singing.
Yeah, because like Bob Dylan, what he's bringing to music is his talents as a musician and as a songwriter. His voice isn't like, wow, this is a voice. But Joan Baez, like 98% of what she's bringing, of like what makes her special is like her voice, and you can't fake that. Like you either have it or you don't. And so the actress whose name I've forgotten, who plays Joan Baez,
Monica Barbaro.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah.
To be able to do that and sing as much like Joan Baez as she did, I was very impressed.
Yeah, and yeah. It was good. I thought the nominations for him as an actor were justified. The movie as a movie, I don't know. But again, they awarded the Parasite. So since they did that, and they did awarded some other crap too.
Sure.
But since the Academy gives awards to mediocre, not even the interesting movies, I guess this one, sure. They did worse, let me put it this way. But for an actor, I totally see him being nominated.
Yeah.
Edward Norton was really great on it.
Oh, yeah.
As always, he does perform really well all the time. Elle Fanning was there for a short period. Monica Barbara was there. The short stubby guy that played Coppola. What's his bucket?
I can't remember. I will never remember his name.
Yeah.
But he's in Fantastic Beasts. He's in like Goldbergs. The guy's got range,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
he's
yeah.
just always hilarious.
And he always played sort of the producer agent. This one, he's
Yeah.
an agent on the offer. He was, for instance, for Coppola, the director.
That's right.
And yeah, no, good for him. And what's his bucket? James Mangold, the director of this one, that directed some really other good things. Logan, one of the biggest.
Right, I always forget that.
Comic book movies that was nominated for an Oscar for writing, not visual effects, for writing. So he's
That's a heck of a flex for a superhero movie.
So he's very talented. He directed Walk the Line with Joaquin Phoenix and
Reese Witherspoon. Yes.
Not the musical, which I don't know, maybe because I like Johnny Cash better. I thought that one was much more. I liked it more.
I would agree, and I do think it's because Johnny Cash and June Carter, like I resonate with them a lot more.
Yeah.
And with their music and their story, it's like music of where I'm from.
And there's the love story element there.
I've met some of her family. Yeah, there's just like a lot more meat to it. Whereas like Johnny Cash, or you know that phrase like you're
Dylan is.
Yeah, that phrase where people say like you're a gentleman and a scholar. The whole time we're watching this movie, I'm like, you're an artist and an asshole.
Yeah.
So he's not very like Johnny Cash. Like you suffer with him, you're rooting for him. Bob Dylan, I'm like, dude, you're
what a dude.
So talented, but.
Yeah.
I'm not there
like
with you.
Two beautiful women like throwing themselves more than two, but mainly two characters beautiful women throwing themselves at his feet, and he I don't know, he's too distracted by his own talent.
And how dare people have expectations of him? Like I get that would be very challenging, especially for someone so creative, but like. The crowning event of this is this performance, this super controversial performance at this Newport Folk Festival, and half the people there were there to see him play his new music. So throughout the festival, as people are coming up with playing other folk music, people are like yelling, "No, we want Dylan, we want the rock and roll," and then Dylan gets up to play his electric set, and people are like, "No, we want the folk music." Like it's just total chaos. Anyway, but yeah, for him to be like, "Ugh, I'm at this folk festival and they want me to play folk music. Ugh!"
Right.
I have no sympathy for you. I can't. I got nothing for you.
Yeah. Well, A Complete Unknown, directed by James. What's his name?
James Mangold.
Mangold. James Mangold, and with Timothee Chalamet on the main role. It's available in theaters everywhere. If you're a Bob Dylan fan, you're probably gonna love it. We thought it was good, so
yeah.
If you're a fan, you're gonna like even more. Anything else? I guess that's it.
No, that pretty well sums it up.
Yeah.
I do have a question. So these movies about like artists rising to fame, or really anybody rising to fame, there's kind of and I'm wondering if this is a trope or if this is just like endemic to this experience of becoming famous, where at the beginning of the movie they're like struggling artist underdog, they become famous, they become total jerks, and then resolves, maybe, or maybe it doesn't.
Okay, so what's the question?
So the question is this just like a storytelling trope, or is this just what happens to people when they get famous?
I mean, it's a bit.
It could be both.
It's a bit of both, because you have the subculture, you have the micro society that they get into it, either music or filmmaking. It's filled with terrible things, drugs and sex perversities, and. Even though if they come innocent and just want to make music or make movies, they're gonna get into the shelf of scum and villainy, as I call it. Heft. Obi-Wan says hive with the hive of scum and villainy, and some will drink of it and will drink too much, and so there's a little bit of that. But there's also the aspect of storytelling that, sure, some people go through that and come out of it. So you have the journey of the hero, right? Rising, falling, and redeeming themselves from whatever problem they get. But in reality, some people get into that and never leave. So it's sort of a trope too, because maybe people die of overdose. So these people never had a chance to overcome and redeem.
Right.
So that might come, like John Belushi as an example.
God,
he was nothing. He became a famous comedian, like top of his game, top of the world, SNL, Blues Brothers, and he overdosed at the Chateau Marmont. Maybe he would live more to rise more, or to fall more, but then to redeem. It's the way the story is told. It is, if the character doesn't die, nobody wants to treat an idol, because that's why they make movies about certain people, because they are important, if not for a lot of people, for the director and the writer. So in that case, it's always nice to end in a high note. And in this one, they end saying that he won the Nobel of Literature. And
wrote the most important album of all time, which I never heard of. Yeah.
So it's a thing. It's a mix of both, of reality, because some people might be super square nerds. They never get into the whole mess. They never mess their lives. They're smart, Thinking of comedian Adam Sandler, he's the guy, freaking billionaire.
That's true.
He's speaking
with like a wife and children.
He's a family guy. He puts his freaking daughters in his movies.
Right.
And his wife, he always did. And his friends. So he's super smart.
The dynamic of putting his wife in his movies cracks me up, because she's always there as like a side character, while like his character is dating or is going to end up with like some super hot actress who's like way out of his league, and she's just there like... I don't know. It's an interesting dynamic.
Watching her, he kissing the newest pretty girl in Hollywood.
And she's always like, and her character too is always somebody who's like a little bit more grounded, a little bit more connected to reality. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just an interesting dynamic.
But like he make movies and he invests. The guy is a billionaire. You know, if someone comes up and say Adam Sandler is he has this dark past, he has this dark thing, I would be surprised, because even on drama, he tries to do drama and he does it really well, like Punch Drunk Love, Reign Over Me.
Oh my gosh, Reign Over Me destroyed me.
And he gets into the industry, knows what to do. And go home, put his shorts, Right. When he's gonna shoot in Africa, he brings the whole family to Africa, and he makes friends, make good movies, and is successful. So some people are too smart.
Some people make it
too smart not to get involved into ego or to drugs or any other terrible things that bring people down in Hollywood. But so answers be go both.
Yeah.
Moving on from A Complete Unknown.
Okay.
And interesting title names for the movies you saw. One is A Complete Unknown.
Yes.
The other one is Identity Crisis.
Oh.
Yeah, which is the names sort of similar.
Yeah.
But they have nothing to do. This one is a documentary, produced by the Daily Wire and the Turning Point USA. Very, very tough, heavy, with heavy images. The documentary about the crisis that society is going through, about society and the medical organizations pushing for the transing of kids, and as old as 2-year-olds.
Yeah, and that was really shocking to see. And so they've got footage. As documentarians do, they've got interviews with people who are like experts in the field or very involved in the field. Other people, they kept talking to this one like talk show guy. I'm not sure what his qualification is, other than that he just has like the right opinions. But anyway, they talk to experts in the field, but they also have footage from other like news sources and things like that of parents and their children and the conversations that they have, and these kids like starting their treatments, talking with their doctors. They also like just do not shy away from this at all. Like, and there are several warnings about the content, but they show footage from surgeries, top and bottom surgeries, showing the mastectomies and all this other stuff.
And some post-surgery that some of the people that go through post online.
Yeah, that is pretty common with top surgery, to post that. And, so just like really, really confronting you with the reality of what is happening to children. It's a downer. It's a tough watch.
Yeah, it's they talk to they also explore in the movie an element that again society and medical organizations tend to shadow or even completely hide, which is the aspect of the detransitioners, which is people that go to transition at some point, but then later they regret. They find is a mistake, and they talk to people about it, and they very open, and they talk about the struggles, and they talk about how tough it is to come back, and some things are irreversible.
The support they had from the medical community in transitioning, and how that support just evaporated when they wanted to detransition. And especially how devastating it was that the two in particular that they talked to transitioned very young, and I feel like that also made certain things, it made it harder to come back.
Oh yeah.
It made it harder to detransition. Like anyway, it's
and
it's really hard to see. I feel like
and it also talked to people that they never decided to detransition. There's a guy or girl, I'm not sure, but anyways, talks about on how for he believes that that's not for adults, and most especially not for kids, that they don't have their brain established completely yet. They should not be able to make that decision, and they're doing that to kids as young as 2.
And not even like a brain, not even talking about the maturity of the brain, just like a handle on reality and understanding consequences. I mean, they're showing, talking to like, 10-year-old kids about what they want for their future. And I mean, when I was 10, I wanted to be a dairy farmer and also an astronaut and like, I don't know, things.
Dairy farmer.
Oh yeah, Noah had it all worked out. I was going to be a dairy farmer. And I'd go round up the cows, and my sister was going to be a veterinarian, and so we'd have it all under control. Anyway, like...
That's a good name for a movie. Moon
and even like...
on the moon. Sorry.
No, that's a much more pleasant topic.
Yeah.
But anybody who spent time with like 2 and 3-year-olds, they barely know what being a human means. They barely grasp the concept that like other people and exist and are different from them. They're only recently figuring... like.
Heck, you talk to 20-year-olds, to some 30-year-olds that have no clue. Did you see that video that someone is confronting Charlie Kirk from Turning Point USA about, it's like, where did you get your education? And he's like, from history. And it was like, and it's like, how do you do? I can't remember the other question, but then Charlie Kirk said, he said, learn from history, learn from society, from other things, learn from Marx. And he's like, Marx? Who is that? It's like, Karl Marx. And he was like, who is that? You see, a college student in a college campus, like a 20-ish or a little bit younger, and so it's that kind of the kind of decision that you put on kids. It's absurd. It's illegal. It's tragic.
Another way to look at it is like those saying, would you let a 5-year-old get a tattoo? Would you let a 13-year-old get a tattoo? No.
But the problem is that the people that are allowing for these things to happen, they probably would.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
But there's laws. But there's laws that stop
that's what I'm saying. Like I'm talking about like society on a whole. Like there are some things that were like, that is absurd. And so why this is acceptable. And to be fair, I don't know that it's as broadly acceptable as maybe our media makes it seem.
It's definitely growing out of
I
hand.
think, yeah, I think I suspect that most people would object to children medically transitioning.
It's definitely something more related to the coastal elites, but because
Yeah.
of the power of mass media, if not TV,
Yeah.
the internet, that is spreading really fast.
Yeah.
One thing there was some facts that the movie put out is one of terrible emotional blackmail that these peoples and groups do is like you would rather have a
Yeah, like you either transition your kid or your kid will die. Those are the
Yeah.
only choices.
yeah, which they expose the facts that's a lie. If anything, there's more kids that transitioned their suicide risk or committed suicide than kids that didn't transition that would. So there was I mean, not that there was a surprise, because the way the argument itself is evident that it's like, yeah, only a Sith deals with absolute, and that one is a big one.
Now, none of this is to say that kids or adults or anybody who's dealing with anybody who feels that they are trans, like that is an extremely difficult path to walk. It's an extremely difficult path to walk, and those people need a lot of support and a lot of love, and I'm totally there for that. But we can't be doing this to kids. If they get through puberty and everything else and become adults and decide this is still where they're at, I feel like that is a different discussion.
Yeah.
But as children, it just feels and looks and seems like just so wrong. And there's there's comorbidities and there, I just don't think we can do this to kids. I don't think we should let other people do it to kids. We should support the heck out of these kids. But I don't think that a medical transition is the way to do that. And that's what this documentary shows us.
And it's the movie touches also on TikTok on how these ideas are being sold, and as you know, like selling Coca-Cola, like heavy marketing, heavy spreading of information and lies about it, that some kids are falling for it, not because in a very rarest of cases they feel something different, but they're being influenced by the power of TikTok. That should be gone in a couple days. It doesn't seem like there was a rumor that Elon Musk would buy it, but the Chinese denied it, and it sounds like they said it's like, no, we're gonna share that. It doesn't sound like they're gonna sell. I don't think they don't want to sell, which would prove the reason why it's being banned. It's being used as a weapon by the Communist Party. Anything else about Identity Crisis?
Nope. Oh,
it's a strong, tough movie, tough to see, but very important in one of those that need to be seen. Like Matt Walsh's movie, is one that certainly should cause more impact, not only on the people that are going to watch, but in society as general. But of course, the forces the oppose will not recognize. Like Walsh's was not nominated for anything, but like that movie with Will Ferrell was. He travels around the country with his friends that trans.
Oh, that's right.
You know, that movie, there's like mediocre, if anything, the basis for it. But anyways, Infinite Crisis. No, that's a comic book.
Yep.
Identity Crisis.
Yeah.
It's available on the Daily Wire. You should check it.
Okay, and last but not least, on the new content we watched this week is a series called Interior Chinatown.
Yeah, by this week, yeah, she means.
That's true. This took us a while.
It took us a while. It's the premise is good. Is this good? But then they stretched.
It drags so much.
That drags, and to get to the point, there's like when the point gets, it's like okay.
I think it would have been an extremely interesting movie that I would have liked a lot. It could have even been a long movie, like a 2.5-hour movie. I think it would have been that okay.
No.
Yeah.
Please.
Well, I'm trying to be as generous and kind as I can.
My old point that like you don't have to go 2 hours and a half if you really have to. You know, like that movie, this movie last night. Don't know. Was it 2 hours? It didn't have to be 2 hours. Because this. I mean, I guess besides the songs, they're gonna have more songs to play. Sure, but you know, you can tell a story in less than 2 hours and do well. And there you go. If they could tell that story,
it should have been 2 hours max.
If they could do the same story in less than 2 hours, in 2 hours max, genius.
Solid.
It would
so
be
interesting,
really
so
good.
compelling.
Yeah, but to stretch it in 8.
How many episodes was
8,
it?
9, 10? I can't.
It was too many.
Yeah.
It was too many. And at one point, like, so we've been going through this whole journey and there's like weird stuff going on. And then at one point, like many episodes in, our main character is like, A, B, and C are all connected. Like it's this grand revelation. Like, we know!
Yeah.
We know it's all connected. This is not a revelation anymore.
Yeah.
This would have been a revelation maybe at the beginning. But no,
Which again.
So cool concept.
Which again would
cool
kill the show.
Even some really funny moments, but
if they had revealed at the beginning, it would kill the show too, because then you would have 8 episodes. I was like, oh, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's did you mention the name of the show?
Interior Chinatown.
Interior Chinatown. Takes place in a fictitious Chinatown, a fictitious harbor bay. Is that called?
Yeah. No, Port Harbor.
Port Harbor.
Yeah.
And it has Jimmy Wong, I think that's his name. There's anybody. The guy from the Daily Show. I can't remember his name.
Yeah, basically, it's a whole bunch of. I don't
and
know
the guy Chloe Bennett, I think is the name. Is her name from Agents of Shield and stuff. So
and Xi Jinping.
In Xi Jinping.
Yeah. Who's another actor with a name, but every time I say it, I'm like, Xi Jinping.
Yeah, he so heavily Asian cast is an Asian story in Chinatown. It has some funny moments. But they overstay their time on the stage. You know, like a comedian like different than George Costanza. That's like, I'm out.
Yeah.
They overstay. And you know, some jokes are stretched too. It's like, okay, this was funny 2 episodes ago. It's not funny anymore. Like the
angry waiter,
mean waiter. Yeah. And anyways, it's on Hulu. I mean, if you have insomnia, you watch that, they will put you to sleep because things goes really slow there. It has like some of the so-called creative people of the day, like Taika Waititi was one of the producers. But it feels like,
which makes sense because the second season of what was the pirate show called? Our Flag Means Death. The second season of Our Flag Means Death, I feel like had the same feeling. Like there was this much story, and he made this much season about it.
Yeah. And the whole explicitity. Not visual explicitity, but in content and writing, the whole thing that like, is this guy gay? The whole mystery, I thought it was more interesting than just like, boom, they are. And then I was like, okay, they are. So it's not funny anymore. It's real. So I thought they lost a lot of that when they revealed at the end of season 1. But anyways, I felt like watching this show, I felt like it was something that, even though Hulu is part of Fox and part of Disney, and they're all the same, I felt like this was a sort of a Disney Plus show. And they sent to Hulu. They put the Hulu stamp because Hulu has more credibility than Disney Plus, because their shows was like, but in Hulu you have like Hulu partnership with FX. You have the Bear. We have so many the Old Man. We have so many, just to mention a couple, we have so many good things. And then people see it's like, oh, Hulu, oh wow, this is good. And I don't know. I felt that I would have to do more research. Maybe not. Maybe it's just coincidence. Taika Waititi and that kind of show. I was like, I wonder if this was actually for Disney Plus, and it would be buried there because nobody would watch it. Like nobody is watching a lot of things on Disney Plus. A lot of things with like a big household name like Star Wars things are failing there. So it's Marvel. So I felt like hey, it's a good strategy. It's like, hey, we have Shogun, right? Shogun on Hulu, big, and there's like, let's put it there. It's Asian. It's on Hulu. We're gonna get some of the others. I don't know. Maybe I'm trying to think overthink things on their heads, but I feel like something like that happened. But anyways, interior Chinatown. We passed. So should you? Okay.
Okay. Let's look at box offices. Den of Thieves 2 came in with a $15 million opening, which is good for Lionsgate.
Which is and it was top of the week, which was like a very slow week. But it beat like Mufasa's and Wicked's and everybody that is there.
Yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog 3 is now North America's second highest grossing video game movie ever. Mario, of course, has still beat it out.
Yeah,
which is fair. Mario is fantastic.
If they're kings on video game, it would be Sonic. It would be Mario. Yeah, they are the traditional flagships, household names. Yeah, so makes sense.
Okay, what's going on with this? So the Justin Baldoni, Blake Lively thing is now expanding, and we've got Ryan Reynolds involved. So something's going on with Marvel and Disney and Nice Pool and
so there's the thing is he said she said things, and now there's accusations from Justin Baldoni side of the matter that Nice Pool on Deadpool and Wolverine movie was heavily inspired by Justin Baldoni's persona.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. What's his bucket? Ryan Reynolds made fun of the whole thing. I guess like he made fun of everything, and he put that in a movie. So Baldoni is suing Disney for all that.
Okay, I don't know the details, but from what you've described, this sounds like a very frivolous, very self-centered, egomaniacal
Hollywood. But again, lawsuit. I don't know the guy. Maybe the guy is like that.
Maybe it's not like he's the only person in the world like that. Like, part of why everybody found Nice Pool so funny is because, like, we know people like that.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. Maybe not only the persona, the hair. It's like we don't know the guy. Maybe it's undeniable.
Like suing like American Housewife for creating a character of like a stay-at-home mom who gets like frustrated with her kids but also loves them so desperatly. Like, how dare they? Because that is like me.
That sound maybe I don't know.
And bajillions of other women, but it's also like me.
Again, in law, everything is possible. You can sue a ham sandwich, but it's my point is maybe it's undeniable, or maybe it's frivolous. I don't know, but it's
fair enough.
This whole thing is a mess.
But it doesn't present well.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
This thing is a mess. And I don't know. The Reynolds, I mean, she's not Reynolds, right? The Reynolds
I don't know, legally, professionally.
versus Baldoni saga continues. We come back to it. If there's more interesting developments.
It just sounds like rich people who need attention.
But that's the thing. They are rich. The guy is not. It feels like if he's right, they taking advantage. They hurting someone that is on the bottom. That's what one of his claims. But I don't know. Moving on, what do we have next?
Yeah, well, another lawsuit that seems a little ridiculous. Alec Baldwin is suing New Mexico prosecutors for defamation.
Oh, the guy that shot a woman.
You pulled the trigger, my guy.
And now he's jeez, such an idiot. And he pops on TV and says, Alec Baldwin. It's like, no, this guy should be ostracized. Come on, don't give him space.
I still can't believe that they finished the movie and released it. Like,
anyways,
that's not great in Europe, of course. But anyway,
it might come here at some point.
Yeah. Okay, so let's finish on some bright spots. Cinemark AMC theaters are having an bring your own bucket day for popcorn.
So Sunday the 19th is popcorn day, and Cinemark and AMC are doing popcorn, a lot of popcorn, different ways. AMC Cinemark is bring your bucket.
Oh, I think
Cinemark is
right.
Bring whatever container.
Yeah.
Whatever you feel, now whatever you bring, we will feel.
For like $5 or something.
Yeah. So I mean, I was like, I need to see the small line, because what if I bring like a big bucket of trash? Not bucket of trash.
But like a big trash can?
A trash can.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
Right?
I mean, a 7-Eleven does this with slushies, and people bring like 5-gallon buckets and fill them up.
Do they?
They do.
Okay, I don't know. I know the details, but there's that. And AMC is all you can eat popcorn. So it's similar. It's different gimmicks. But it's like we were at the movies last night, and I was like, all those tiny buckets, nobody would bring that.
No.
Yeah.
No, bring your own bucket.
Yeah.
Let's get
It's
creative.
like, I have my container looks like an umbrella, but it's actually a container. So flip the umbrella and put the popcorn
there you go.
there.
There you go.
Anyway, so if you want some free popcorn or cheap popcorn,
Yeah, cheap popcorn.
yeah, you go to these theaters. If not, you can go to the nearest supermarket and buy some popcorn and pop in the microwave or pop on the. Do they still do those like aluminum things that grow and?
Yeah, you can still get those. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jiffy Pop.
Jiffy Pop. Like growing up in Brazil, that was something from the movies. I don't think we had anything like that.
Really?
There. Yeah, no.
Oh, it's so fun. It's hard to do it without like burning, but
Oh, so good.
but it is fun.
That sucks. You always burn?
Not always. That might be a me problem, not a Jiffy Pop problem.
Anyways.
But the way it like it's cool because it like untwists too. Anyway.
No, I grew up with old school popcorn. You had the corn and we put in a pan. And it was a pan that had like a swivel. Not a swivel.
Yeah,
my
dad had one of those. Yeah.
Yeah.
You like turn the handle. And
yeah. That's how you do it. That's how you did it in Brazil.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Anyways, so popcorn.
Yeah.
Sunday. Don't forget if you're out.
Yeah. We've been watching a super fun new series called St. Denis Medical on NBC. This is starring Wendy, Mclendon, Covey. Very much in the same vein as like Children's Hospital, but suitable for broadcast television.
Yeah, this one's like a workplace sitcom type of comedy. Is from one of the producers of The Office. He also had his own show, Supermarket. Is that what it called?
Superstore.
Superstore.
Yeah.
So it's the same guys behind that. It's funny. She's great. They have
and the rest of the cast is too. She's just the one whose name I remember.
They have new faces, sort of some familiar faces, and yeah, it's quite funny. And it was renewed for a season 2.
Yes, so I'm very happy about that. The show's freaking hilarious. I highly recommend it.
Also another new show out is we will talk about Going Dutch, but Tim Allen is back at ABC.
That's right.
With a new show called Shifting Gears with Kat Dennings, and
this is a totally new concept for him. He's plays the cranky father.
The guy that looks like Spencer. What's his name? Sean. I can't remember.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But I hear you. I hear you. But yeah, in a total twist of Tim Allen plots, he plays a cranky father who has a traditionally masculine job, and no, that's all.
With cars, he works
yes,
with
this time it's cars.
Yeah.
Yes, he's done tools.
Yeah.
He's done outdoors.
Oh, and in the outdoors, he worked on a car. So was on the
this
tools.
Is true.
The
That's
cars
right.
are always there.
So now he's just fully embraced the car thing. It's not this anyway. But he's doing what he does.
I feel like
does well.
I mean, I don't know if is he aging or is a little bit of acting, but I feel like he's a different type of crankier than the other shows. The last show he had was what's it called?
Last Man Standing.
He was the father of 3 girls, and I don't know, maybe because so many girls in the house, he wasn't like as cranky as he is now. That he's alone. The premise of the show that his daughter, who's long gone, comes back to live with him, and the mother passed away. So it's a dynamic that I guess the mother was the medium,
Yeah.
in between.
The cream and the Oreo cookie.
Yeah. So it's funny. It has funny, talented people.
Yeah.
So this we saw one episode was the only one that came out. We're gonna follow that.
Yeah. But if you like, I feel like if you like Tim Allen and his other stuff, you're gonna like this because he's very much continuing what he's good at, continuing some of the main themes of his career, his comedy.
And Kat Dennings is also playing her strengths. She's playing like the cranky,
snarky. But then there's like heart under there too.
Yeah, her last character on TV was I guess she was on Captain Marvel. No, what's the show? WandaVision. She's
That's
on the
right.
MCU with what's the name of her character? Marcy.
Yeah.
But she was very big on the Two Broke Girls on CBS.
As one of the titular broke girls.
Yeah. Anyways, so there you have it. 2 new shows that if you into fun, if you like to laugh. It's funny when people say, I feel like funny things. Like, yeah, well, who doesn't? The evil person that lives in the basement? Yeah. Talking about evil person that lives in the basement. Apparently, people are like, oh, the new Nosferatu is so sexy.
I mean, there is like the relationship between vampires and eroticism is long established, but this was not. No. Yeah. And Nosferatu.
You have Brad Pitt, you have Tom Cruise.
None of the iterations.
Antonio Banderas, and when he was young.
Yeah.
And then you have like that Nosferatu with like the weird mustache, the porn the 70s mustache.
Also the literal rotting flesh. That's really, for me, that's the buzzkill. Is like the maggots on his body.
Anyways, what's next?
Okay, well, this is our last but not least. The cover art for Spider-Man number 194.
Before we get to this fun thing, there's just an update. There's still fires in LA.
Oh, yeah.
It's still tragic. It's a catastrophic, apocalyptic scenario there. The firemen are fighting like there's no tomorrow. They're doing their best. Apparently,
firemen from all over the country.
Yes.
Firemen have come from Mexico. Canada sent planes. Like, this is a massive effort.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing their best. Even though the state of California is ridiculous. Like, for instance, all these people coming from out of the state has to stop at the state capitol first to do emissions test. If they're not to the level of the acceptable levels of California, they send back. It's like, really, we rather burn. Anyways, but they're fighting fires. It sounds like the weather is giving them a break. The Santa Ana winds are going down, even though the forecast said it would get worse.
They've been coming and going. Yeah, there's been good days and bad days.
But it seems like it's getting better, but still on fire. And the industry is on a halt. It's premieres were canceled. Show recordings are canceled. Like, some people like Jimmy Kimmel. Yeah, Jimmy Kimmel didn't decide to cancel, but Jimmy Kimmel is an idiot. Anyways, so everything is halted on that sense. And everybody donating money, and by everybody I mean the big names, the studios, the broadcast companies. DiCaprio donated, I think, $1 million. Facebook, Google, all that.
Beyonce donated $2.5 million.
Yeah, but anyway, so there's money coming from everywhere. The voting for the Oscars was suspended. I think the Critics' Choice Awards was suspended. So the industry is all on this mess, but they keep trying to fight and to stop that, even having like useless leadership, if not only the mayor of LA, the governor of California, and anyways, you could check more about on the news, but the industry is heavily affected because it is the city, it is Hollywood, it is the city where the business are and the movies are made, sort of. Anyways, but...
Yeah, okay, so Spider-Man cover art for Spider-Man number 194.
First appearance of Black Cat.
This is from Al Milgram did the art. Anyway, it sold at auction for $1,020,000.
Yeah.
Good old Spider-Man.
Just the cover art.
Yeah, oh, that's right, so not even the book.
No.
Well,
yeah.
good for them.
Yeah, I think what this Spider-Man 42, Amazing Fantasy 42, the first appearance of Spider-Man was like 6.2 million.
Jeez.
Yeah. 62. Anyways, I'll come back with the number. I can't remember, but it was big. It's one of the big ones. Meanwhile, that's it.
That's it.
Okay, that's it. We'll come back next week with more pop culture news, entertainment. May the force be with you.
Live long and prosper.
Bye.
Bye.